It's a sharing circle. Oh my god! I open my phone and there's a flashlight shaped like a foot. Yeah, those are the kinds of friends. Those are the kinds of friends I have.
All
So
right.
that's what's going on in my Facebook world. Yeah. All right. Let me share this really quick, and then we will get the show rolling on the road, because that makes sense. Words. I can't speak today. I don't know why. I've been tripping on my
Words.
words all day long.
It could be rolling on the ocean since,
Oh, You know what? It is. I haven't
He
gotten
got
my
the
sea
seasickness.
legs.
you landlubber.
He got the
Yeah,
cabin
land
fever.
lover. You know what? It's funny. My kids do make fun of me because I have horrible, and I mean horrible. Yes, I sound amazing on the podcast. I just checked, and I mean horrible motion sickness when I play video games, which I never used to have because I was a gamer and I would game like hours on end. I'm talking 16 hours a day. I'd be putting into Fallout and other games like Mass Effect, and so I would be in it, right? And now I took like a 2 or 3 year break from video games, and I play Minecraft, and I'm fucking like, just watching my kids play, because they're like fucking, they're everywhere, and
Yeah.
I'm not. So that's that. So yes, I do get seasick. I think I've never been on a boat. So who here has been on a boat? First question, just to start it. Wow, I'm the only. I guess it's a brown thing.
You haven't even been on a riverboat?
No,
Like
I haven't
canoe?
been on a. Oh, wait.
That counts.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think
had
I've
so
been
much
on a
hope.
riverboat. Yeah, no. Maybe a ferry? No, not even a ferry.
I was
No.
gonna say,
To
You've
be
been
to
on a
be
ferry.
fair, no, I
you been
haven't.
on a raft?
Nope, not on a raft.
Like a kayak or a paddle
No.
boat?
Have you been in the
No.
water?
Yes. Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
I'd
let's-
rather swim.
Okay.
Let's
I'd rather
broaden
be
our
in the water.
questions.
I'd rather be in the water. I do hate the beach with a passion, though. So
I
but
love
it does seem about me.
kayaking.
I can't.
Me
I
too.
can't do.
I
Can't
like
do any of it.
cabrewing.
Cabrewing.
Cabrewing, it's something we do up north. You bring large cases of beer in your canoe and you just go downriver drinking all day.
Oh,
That's
we
not
do
an up north
something
thing. We
similar
do that
here.
here all the time.
We call it tanking.
You've never even been in a boat.
Yeah, we get in like a. Okay, so I'm from a farm, so this all makes sense to me. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I understand. We get a stock tank, which is just like a big metal or plastic thing that
Yeah.
cows drink out of. And we just pack that
Wow.
baby full of ice and like floaties and crap and beer. And then we just like float it down the river. And then, 6 or 7 hours later, somebody comes and picks us up 6 miles down the river.
That's how it happens. That's awesome. Yeah, we
Yeah,
do
we're all
that here in
drunk and
Texas.
sunburned.
We do that here in Texas.
do
We just do it
tubing.
with tubes. We go tubing, and
Yep.
it's literally just one tube for you, one tube for your cooler of alcohol,
And then you
and you
tie
drink
it up.
all the way down.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, you tie
I was
yourselves
drowned
together.
last time I went tubing, so I have like a huge fear of it now. It's very
Red
scary.
as a
No,
lobster.
I
I
went with Lindsay last time, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. I almost passed the point where you get off to go back to the start of the river. Like we almost passed it, and I had to like kind of paddle, me and my wife.
Yeah.
So it was really funny. We did not know what we were doing.
I got one better. I had the most embarrassing moment of my entire life while cabrewing with my husband. We were going down, and the bank got really rough, and it flipped us while we were in our canoe. Like, flipped us so hard, like I lost my flip-flops. But I started to panic. I've been drinking, so I started to panic, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like trying to reach for something because the current is fast, and he's like, you're an idiot. Just stand up.
That is
I'm
everything.
thinking I'm drowning. I'm like drowning, but I'm in like 3 foot of water, and he's like, "You're an idiot. Just stand up."
If that isn't a summary for your life, then I don't know what is, Brittany. You're always
or
like
me
so
and-
nervous. You're always like nervous and preparing for the worst, and it's just a breeze after you do it. It's so funny.
That seems like that could be a really topical motivational poster for you. Just stand up in a really beautiful cursive
Just
font.
stand. I stand.
Just stand up.
When shit hit the fan, I stood up.
Yep. Yep. Easy Hunter on Twitch agrees. Floaty floats on the river on tubes, and the cooler has
Easy
its own
Hunter.
tube. That's how we do it.
I think I know.
That's how we do it.
Oh,
I
we're
think it's the
live
only way
right
to do
now?
it. Yeah, bro. We're live.
Live. We're live.
We're just telling our drunk stories. No, yes, we are live. Welcome everybody to Con Culture Podcast. Again, a second welcome. Why not? Why not? We have Julie here with us today. She's our guest. Straight off of TikTok. She literally just walked off of the TikToks and onto a boat, and we stole her.
You know?
That's how we do it.
On a boat.
Yes, you may know her as Rainbow Havoc. So it's Julie. Rainbow Havoc is on our boat. We're all on a different part of the boat. Gigi's under the boat. Don't even worry. Don't try to think about it. Just let it be. Trey's on the beach. Trey, how'd you get on the beach?
I don't have a boat
I are on
anymore.
the same boat.
That'd be the boat.
Are the same boat.
Yes. We're actually facing each other. You're that side, and I'm this side, or you're over there.
That's
And,
y'all.
Yeah, this is
That's
our
Y'all
boat.
left me here.
This is a badass.
And then I'm like
Under the
kinda
boat.
I'm just like, I'm under the boat.
Yeah, you're looking up at the boat.
Nice.
That's the
To
best
wrangle some
explanation
sea
we could
turtles.
have. So, Julie, this is our first time meeting. I think Brittany and this is our first time meeting you. So, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for being our guest. We are going to get to know you because we don't know anything about you. So, I will be first in.
Apologize now.
Well, I'm warning you, you're stuck with me, not the other way around. Once we become friends, it's over. I will forever be in your corner, whether you want it or not. So,
Fantastic. Same to you, sir.
oh, thank you. So I will go first with the questioning, and I want to know how your cosplay origin story, essentially. How did you get into cosplay, and how did that develop? And I want your TikTok origin story, too, after that.
All right. So I actually started TikTok because of a friend of mine's ex. She kind of ties into a lot of my TikTok cosplay stories. But at the time, we were really good friends, and she was doing TikToks. And because I'm just that bitch, I was like, I'm going to start TikTok, and I'm going to get bigger than you faster because that's my motivation for everything. I have to be super competitive. Let's do this. And I did get bigger than her, but then she got big. It was like back and forth. It was really fun. But I had no idea what I was doing. I had no like goals with my posts at all. It was just like, oh, this is funny, I'm going to do that. Oh, this is funny, I'm going to do that. And most of them were filmed in the bathroom of my first job. In between like designing products for different things, because I used to work for Oriental Trading Company, which is like a big online retailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
My wife
familiar.
bought
I
so
get
many
their
crafts
catalogs.
from that. Yeah, same.
I don't even work there anymore, and I still have so much of their crap just around my house. Like a lot of my cosplay stuff comes from them because I know where the warehouse is. Like I can just go pick up my orders instead of waiting for them to be delivered.
Oh yeah.
It's wonderful.
That's cool.
I have lots of fond memories from working there. Plus, they didn't yell at me for making TikToks in the bathroom, so
Yeah.
it could have been a lot worse. I've had other jobs where they're like, "Hey, can you please stop making TikToks in the building? Like, even though you're not on the clock, just like please stop. It's weird." Okay.
What?
But for Halloween one year, while I was working at Oriental Trading, we used to do this big, like, we'd perform a play for the high school kids that were across the street from our office building, and we would like write it ourselves. And for some reason, I thought it would be just the coolest idea ever to do a gender bend Star-Lord. So I did it.
Oh, I love that.
It was amazing. That was probably my first cosplay, like official cosplay ever. And I still have all the pieces for it, except the leather jacket. I don't know where that went. I may need to ask my brother about that one. Josh, if you're watching this, where's my jacket?
It's in his closet. That's where it is.
He's
Because
wearing
it's
it
like,
right
it was like
now.
fur lined
like-
and everything too. It's like shit. In all honesty, it's probably buried in the closet somewhere. But I had like the orange headphones, and I had the mask and everything, and like I wired up some LED lights so it would light up, and like when I talked, it would like flash. It was really cool. But I ended up just taking it off all the time and like carrying it around on my hip, because if I was wearing it, no one knew who I was, and like security kept stopping me at work, and they were like, "Do you work here?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, I do. It's me. Hi." but they made me reenact the dance-off bro scene from the first Guardians movie.
Yes.
And I'd only been working at the company for like 3 months at that point. So I just was just like, well, go big or go home. I guess we're doing this. And somebody filmed it and put it on TikTok. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm a cosplayer now. So hooray. And then it just kind of all spiraled downhill from there.
That is so badass. That is cool as shit. We have a comment from Twitch. Hunted Darkness. Hashtag Rainbros? You have a hashtag, madam?
Husband. I do.
That is your husband. Oh,
Nice.
yes.
That's my
Hashtag
husband. I love
Rainbros. I
him.
would have used that. Yeah. He's so
Rainbros.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I use
Wait,
that
so
on
are we Rain Bros now?
Yes,
Yeah, are we
are
Rainbros?
all part of the Rainbow fam.
Oh,
I
hell
would
yeah.
say
So,
Rainbow cult, but like I feel like there's a lot of cults going around on TikTok, and I don't really.
You're like, I'm not trying to
There
get
are
into
some
that.
scary
So,
cults.
I'm a Rainbow.
Not drinking the juice.
I'm a power.
Don't drink
I'm a
Kool-Aid.
what is it? Brower Ranger. I love being a Brower Ranger. By the way, Jennings' YouTube channel. That one's a really cool name for your following.
I like
Brower
to call
Rangers.
myself a Rainbrower Ranger.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
Just made that
So-
up right now.
That's where the good stuff happens. It just comes out. It's just like, how did you come up with that? Well, really funny story. Out of my
Pulled
ass.
it
That's how.
my butt.
Right out of my butt. So, Gigi, what is your question for Julie?
Yes. So I adore all of the OCs that you've created. Like, I love them. They're all so fabulous. And you can tell that, like, you've taken the time into creating them, like, before you put them out there. Like, you already have, you know, kind of their character solidified, like, their backstory solidified. You can tell that you really put in the work. So I guess my question is, what fandom do you think inspires you the most with your creativity? I know that's so hard, but
I know that's such a tough one because honestly, it rotates. When I started doing cosplay stuff, my first official OC, quote unquote, that I posted on TikTok was Professor Mondragon
yes.
for the Hogwarts Professor's tag. And that one was one that, like you said, I had put so much thought into it because, like, literally my whole life, I grew up watching Harry Potter, reading the books, literally studying all the extra literature I could find. It's an obsession. I mean, you can't see it because of the background, obviously, but like I have mine and my husband's wands hanging on the wall behind me, and we have Slytherin and Hufflepuff glasses and just Harry Potter paraphernalia all over the house. So I would say it started with Harry Potter, and then it kind of twisted and warped itself in a dark, glorious way into Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Yep. And so now it's kind of like a wizardy, dragony, dungeony, pirate wonderland of madness. And
Oh, I love it.
That is
it's
so
fantastic.
awesome.
My brain is like if J.K. Rowling and any other, Stephanie Meyer even, and any other
I'm reading Twilight, girl.
girls.
I am sipping the Twilight, like,
I'm going to go through and rewatch all the movies
blood.
just because I want to put myself back through that angst of being in high
Literally
school.
same. Like, yeah, same. I want to read the
Same.
books and watch the movie. It's
Out
very-
loud.
No.
Vampire.
It's funny. It's funny you said Harry Potter because right away the comment lit up. Meaty Boys Like Tots commented, "It's Harry Potter."
Yeah.
Your peeps in the
Yeah,
comments know you. They know
My
exactly
peeps
what you're
know
gonna
me.
answer. That's
yeah, they
super
do. And
dope.
I will thank them for that later.
Fair. Edward was
Yeah.
Cedric Diggory first.
He was.
He'll always be Cedric to me.
That was like the whole reason that I was Team Edward is because it went back to Cedric Diggory. So I was like, obviously you can't betray
Team
the
Jacob
pups, man.
all day. Team Jacob.
Right? We can't.
He doesn't sparkle, okay?
He was a spy kid, damn it. Wasn't he? Shark Boy?
He is Shark Boy.
Shark
Yeah.
Boy, Team Shark Boy. We're
No, he
pirates.
was Shark Boy.
Yeah, we gotta be Team Shark Boy.
Oh,
Brittany.
Underrated
Boy all day.
cinematography, I tell you.
What question do you have?
If money was not an option, what dream cosplay would you do?
I love this one.
That's a good question. I have several answers to that because One of them I actually just pulled the trigger on. And I'm so
That's
excited.
awesome.
I haven't teased it yet, but like it would be kind of fun to tease it here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Breaking news, breaking news. Oh my gosh.
So
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I also am on the edge of my seat, so I can fit in the frame. I just ordered a crown with a certain green and gold jewel accent, as well as a dark green and black long dress with a cape. And there's a certain snowman in my living room. And
oh my gosh.
I'm so excited. I have to style the wig and everything, but Queen Anna coming soon.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love Anna. I love your Anna so much.
You know what is really funny? If Easy Hunter's still watching, Zach, my dear friend, he actually works with me at my part-time job as a party princess. And one of the first gigs that we ever did together was a Anna and Elsa meet and greet when Frozen 2 came out. And my boss was Elsa and I was Anna. And he always tells me, the first character I ever saw you as was Anna, and that's all I can see you as now. And every time I post content, like you, Otter Cosplay, is always commenting on my stuff. She's like, Canon
she
Anna.
is so sweet.
I love her so much. Oh my gosh. She sent me a pin from Disney World just because it reminded her of me, and I was like, oh, right. But one that I haven't done yet that I would say is a must-have. I want Captain Marvel's green suit.
Yes! I love your Marvel too.
That's where I got Space Mom from, because people started calling me the Captain Marvel of TikTok because I don't need to wear a wig for that one, and I can imitate her voice pretty well. I actually had a kid. One of my first party princess in quotes gigs was a Captain Marvel gig at a baseball game. And this little kid walked up to me dressed as Spider-Man. And he said, "Can you please give this to Mr. Stark?" And it was a little baggie of dust labeled P. Parker. And I just looked at it.
And now I'm ugly crying.
Yeah, I ugly cried. I like had to turn around and walk away. And I was like, Midwest Avenger was actually there with me. He was Tony. And I like walked over to him and told him. And he was like, "Nope, can't do it. Can't do it." And I walked away.
I would have punched him in the chest.
I
Too
could,
soon, little man.
David's voice. Nope.
Yeah, he was like, "Nope, can't do it." And
Not
that kid
touching
came
that
back
one.
to me later, and he like walked up to me and was like talking to me and stuff. And I leaned down and I got really close to his face, and I was like, "Hey, Peter Parker, you got something for me?" And he like cried and ran away. I was like, "Mom, it's fine." I was like, day made, life complete.
That's what
That
it's all
is
about.
so cool. Yeah. Definitely what it's all
I
about.
hope I meet that child again so I can do that voice again because I love it.
Yeah. Those are definitely my fondest memories of my cosplay friends, are when we do like nonprofit and charity work stuff and they walk up to you and you're like, are that hero to them. It's so cool.
Absolutely. You could not, that's what the best thing about doing party princess stuff. You could totally not even 100% look like that character at all. That kid does not give a crap. That kid is like,
so true.
You're Elsa and I love you.
Yes.
It's just, it's magic and I love it.
Yeah.
And there's people that are not really into it. Like, I don't get it. Like, the minute a kid walks up to me, all of my negative emotions or anything just
They're
goes
gone.
away.
Yes.
I'm like, "Hi, I'm Elsa. Come give me a hug, princess." And it's, I love it.
That's so cool. That is so cool. Trey, what is your question for the lovely Julie?
I think you've already answered it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What character brings you most joy to cosplay?
Ooh.
It changes, but mostly it's Anna because spiritually, I asked my husband the other day, I was like, "What Disney princess do you think relates to me?" And he was like, "It's either Rapunzel or Anna." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because you're a crazy artist freak." And I was like, "Okay, cool." I'd have to say it's Anna just because I can be bouncy and kind of goofy and silly and carefree, but I can also be serious if I need to be. The kids love it, and that's probably one of my favorite ones to do. But I also really, really, really like being Shigo because that one's just really fun to be sassy and sarcastic.
Your Shigo is so good. I mean, every cosplay you do is so good.
I would just dye it black and be Shigo every day forever.
Nice. It's no longer cosplay at that point. You have just
No,
assumed
it's lifestyle.
assumed the identity.
Yeah.
That's
Change my
badass.
driver's license.
Now, what was your most difficult cosplay that you've done?
Ooh, Captain Marvel. She's
Really?
difficult, without a doubt. And it's not because the cosplay itself is difficult. The costume actually belongs to our Princess Party company, but I've been kind of slowly putting one of my own together. The problem with Marv, as we so fondly call her, is it's not a one-person costume to put on. It's definitely a 2 to 3 person.
Got a taste of that at home, man.
Yeah.
Because
With
it's
all
just
the snaps
one
and everything.
leather bodysuit, and then there's a vest that goes over it, and then there's boots, and then there's like shin guards and wrist guards and gloves, and then you got to put the wig on, and it's a
She's
whole
been
mess.
there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
our Brittany made her own, and then watching her put it on, it was literally like a Tony Stark suit up scene. Yeah.
You've caught me doing weirder things.
Yeah. At that first meet that I did for the baseball game when I was Captain Marvel, I didn't pee beforehand.
Oh
And
no.
and I was the only girl superhero there. It was just me, David, and then one guy was Black Panther. We had a Spider-Man, and then we had a Batman. And about halfway through the event, it was like 4 hours long, 4.5 hours maybe. I was like, I have to pee.
Let's wrap it up. Let's go.
Yeah, I was like, okay, there are no women here, and like I didn't know David really well yet, but luckily we just instantly hit it off. But I was just like, Captain Marvel's got to go potty. Who's gonna help me
Yeah.
get
no.
undressed?
I feel like every cosplayer has that. And like before I met these fools, I would go to cons with just my husband because I had no friends. And he would be like my handler, and then it would just be me. And I would like be in like a spider suit or something. And it is the simplest suit, but like the hardest thing, especially whenever you're like racing your bladder because you're like, I'm about to piss on myself. Like I've been,
gloves.
yeah, and then you're like, oh my god,
man.
oh my god. I literally one time like ran into the bathroom, and I like there was this like a woman there, and I was like, unzip me, and she's like, oh my god, okay. And then,
Run up to a stranger.
I made it, but then like coming out, I was like, now there's nobody in the bathroom, and
Scared
like,
everyone away.
yeah.
Yeah. Now you gotta put this thing back
Yeah,
on.
Don't go in there.
And
That
that's
happened to me at Hall Mat when I
can't even-
changed into Marv. I had to pee, and I think I was with Trey and Michael, and I think Maury and Tommy were with us at the time. We were like, it was after we ate, and we were walking back, and I was like, I have to pee right now. I was hot, so the leather was like sticking to my skin. I felt like I was gonna pass out because I was so dehydrated. Because I'm terrible at drinking water, you guys. It's bad.
It's a struggle at times.
Yeah.
Don't want to pee.
Right. And I was like, all these people want to take pictures because I was literally the only Captain Marvel at the entire Comic-Con, which was surprising to me, but then also not really that surprising. But people were like, oh, your Captain Marvel is so good. Can I take a picture? And I was like, I have to pee. So then I walked in the
Making my way to
bathroom,
the
and
potty.
the only person in there was Maury, and we had just met, and I was like, can you please unzip me? I have to pee really bad. And like she took the whole thing off, super nice. I walked in the bathroom, I peed, and I like stuck my head back out, and she was gone. And I was like, oh no.
It's like you're on your own.
I know, and I don't think I
That's
had
funny.
my phone. I think David had my phone. And I was like,
Oh
oh.
no.
Or maybe Michael
That
had it. I don't. Somebody had my phone. 'cause I didn't
Somebody
have
had your
pockets.
phone. Now
like, oh,
we
no.
have one of the sweetest comments ever. Shinsaku17 on Twitch says, "Everyone in this room right now is awesome. Thank you for being you."
Thank you, Shin.
Oh, my heart.
Who is
My heart.
that? That's the sweetest.
That's-
I'm gonna start.
Shin is literally the
Shinsaku17
sweetest
on
person in the
Twitch.
entire world.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. I'm very
That
emotional
comment
right
shows
now.
it. And Trey, Wes wants you to know that you're looking rated R.
You're West. Thank you, Lottie.
Yar, Wes. That is so badass. All right. So, last one on cosplay. Do you have any cosplay horror stories? Like worst
Ooh.
situation in cosplay, just bad day at the cosplay office.
You know what's really funny actually is my friend Caleb and I were actually joking about this like 2 or 3 hours ago. He was like, watch, they're gonna ask you about like your funniest cosplay story or like your worst cosplay story, and you're gonna have to tell this one. And I was like, I won't hesitate, bitch.
Yes.
So
This is
I like
Caleb.
it.
Con that I actually went to was back in November, and I remember this because it was actually on Michael's birthday.
Aw.
We had just started making Hogwarts Professors videos together, and I saw somebody like commented that his birthday was November, and I was like,
Yes.
oh, I'm going to a Comic-Con on that day. That's kind of funny. Didn't think anything of it. So we go to this Comic-Con, me and my friend Caleb, because my husband was working, and Caleb was super nice, and he kind of was like my handler. I didn't really need a handler because I was just doing Spider-Gwen, but he was just there mostly for moral support because I'd never been to a Comic-Con before. And I was like, hey, if you come, I'll pay for you. Like, let's just do this. Let's go. Because I really want to go really bad. So we went, had a great time. We bought lots of stuff. I bought lots of Critical Role stuff and spent way too much.
Yes, get rid of it. I love Critical Role. Okay, sorry. Okay.
One of my D&D characters actually has a jester voice, and I'm obsessed with it. And it's like my favorite voice to do. And sometimes I walk around the house doing it, and I can't help it. It's an addiction at this point, but it's just way too fun. But so that we were there for, I want to say maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and we like walked in the door, got our passes and stuff, and then we were just kind of chilling in the lobby, just kind of getting a feel for the con, seeing how everything was going, where we should go first. And we turned and looked, and it was his ex, and she looked me in the eye and ran away. Like, I haven't spoken to her in 2 years, and she literally like cartoon like Scooby-Doo ran out the hallway, and I was like, oh, okay, bye, I really like your cosplay, but okay, bye, that's a really great My Hero cosplay, bye, okay, cool, nice to see you. Like, when they broke up, I had some animosity towards her, but now I'm like, it's been 2 years, like, I don't give a crap. If you came up to me and said hi, I'd just be like, hey, what's up, hi, how are you? Haven't talked to you in a while. What's like, how's life?
Hope you're doing well, like that type of
Right,
yeah.
I'm over it, I don't care. We saw in the 2 hours we were there, 2.5 maybe, we saw her a total of like 5 or 6 times. And each time she did the same thing. She would look at me, run away. And then she texted Caleb later and was like, I would come up and say hi to you, but I'm pretty sure Julie wants to murder me. And I was like, what part of me going means I want to murder you?
It's a trap.
That's the international sign of I'm gonna
maybe
kill you.
We're going like
Yeah, just
Admiral
doing that
Ackbar was
motion.
right, Dad. It's a
I will
trap.
end you.
It's
That's
probably
hilarious.
an age thing too.
Oh yeah, I think she's like 5 years younger than I am. There's definitely in the few conversations and interactions I've had with her since then, which thank God have been few and far between. There have been times when I just sit there and I'm like, do you hear yourself? Or like, are you aware of what you're saying and doing right now? Because like in 5 years, you're going to look back on this and go,
and yeah.
Because I do.
That's my life in a nutshell. Just random, I can't believe I said that.
So we literally had this conversation
God.
last week about how it's like there's certain things like from like high school that I'm just like
Years ago, I can't believe I said that.
I was just thinking about that this morning. Somebody asked me something about marching band because I did one of those videos where you like do the beat with this hand and then you do the rhythm with this hand.
I can't fucking do
and
it
they
to
were
save my life.
Somebody commented on my video. They're like, "Oh, you must have been in marching band." And I was like, "Yeah, I played trumpet and I was a drum major." And they were like, "Oh, I called it." And then it made me think of this one kid was like misbehaving or something in practice, and I was standing up on the podium directing, and he just pissed me off. So I got off the podium and I walked over to him. And I took his trombone out of his hand and said, "You can have this back when you learn to act like an adult." And I walked away. And I was like 17. And I stopped and I went, "Oh my God, why did I do that?"
That boy has nightmares every night now.
Also, I had no idea that you played trumpet.
He never played trombone again.
Plays trumpet.
He
I
hears
played trumpet
the trombone
and
and just goes and starts shaking.
He's
Yeah,
like,
anytime orchestral pieces just
I'm not
trigger
ready.
him now.
I'm not ready.
"I am the tiger."
And then Julie's like, I still have the trombone.
I have.
Till this day. That would be
That's the
hilarious.
instrument.
Because Alec is also
Instrument I played in high school.
Yeah, trombone? What?
Okay.
So many
okay.
band nerds in here. Band geeks,
Holla.
band nerds. I'm not sure.
I have a little arm too, so I had to like use my foot. Whenever I was like
Nice.
sitting, I'd have to like use my foot because my arm's so short.
There was
that
a
long ago.
joke going around my high school that I played and I had some kind of a palsy because like how you're supposed to sit up straight and like
Yeah.
don't let your back touch your chair. I would like cross-leg it, like put one knee up and like play with one hand and people would be like, how are you making sound? Because your lungs are like compressed. And I was like, talent. It's talent.
Pure talent. Raw,
Got big
unadulterated talent.
Big lungs.
I just thought I know Juan, yours was kind of like the last question, but I just thought about this because you said talent, and I had no
Yeah.
idea that you played the trumpet, and that's so incredible because you truly are like a woman, like a jack of all trades, a Jackie of all trades. Because I know you also you're also a graphic designer, and like you create the personalized spider sonas.
Yeah.
And like yours is recluse, and it's just they're so cool. Like I love seeing the work that you do and the creativity and how you manage to like bring in like whoever you're doing the spider persona of, like you bring in their characteristics and like truly make it look like them and like their personality. And it's just so cool. Like I am not creative like that in the slightest bit. Like I could do something with a template, but like creating art like that, I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
You're not giving yourself enough credit. You're much more creative than you're
No,
making yourself sound.
dance. I did dance. Like my creativity is all physical, like
It's in the
dancing
body.
and singing,
She paints.
but not
Yeah.
very.
Yeah,
well.
I can't
I
dance.
feel like copy.
She has a green thumb.
Those
I
spider
have a black
personas,
thumb.
though, they were fucking. Gigi showed us a couple, and it was incredible. Like I just thought about mine, and mine would be like Baymax in a spider suit. That would be great. That would be mine. I would love that. Or Kung Fu Panda. It would be a large frame spider boy.
I love all of the spider sonas so much. I think they're so cute.
Yeah,
And, like,
they look
so-
really
I have done
good.
a few that haven't been published online because I had
Publish
to
them.
chill. And I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna go down my list. So I have David, I have Gigi, I have Trey, I have Michael.
Oh yeah, I want to see. Oh, I want to
have
see potatoes.
So many. The
I wanna
list is
see
ever
his.
growing.
I want to see Michael's. That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be like a Ben Riley
Selena.
goofy ass.
Yeah, it's very Ben Riley-esque and with
Yeah.
a little bit of a potato humor.
Oh, yes. I love everything about that. I need to see that. That needs to happen. Oh, my lovely wife says I can color. Yes, you can, baby girl. Yes,
You know what?
can.
She can
Coloring
build
is my
creative,
favorite
beautiful
hobby.
islands. Oh, I love coloring too. I do like coloring.
I
Yeah.
just spent way too much money on like a big pack of it's like 500 markers. And they came in the mail in this giant box. And my husband was like, what on earth? And I was like, I needed new markers. And they had a big set and it was on sale.
Come
They're
on.
What brand are they?
Their
What brand
Calia
are
art
Nice.
is like my favorite brand.
Have you ever
Those and
tried Tombos?
Boo-Boos. I
Have you ever
haven't.
tried Tombos are my favorite. They
I
are
do like
water brush
combos.
pens.
Ooh.
They're water brush pens, so they are water activated. So you actually can take like one color and then like just barely brush the tip of it, and then it'll do like a ombre effect with the brush. It's pretty cool. If you haven't
Yeah,
checked out
they're really good.
Tombos, I highly recommend them because
I like-
Brittany
That's
got me hooked on them. I tried
like
to
the
buy
way-
like,
journalers,
No.
so they're my like favorite thing in the world.
I
That's
like the
my
way
list.
crayons taste. That's about as good as I get with
Oh,
coloring.
I like the way crayons
The green
smell.
ones?
The green ones. So good. So good. So we got to get into the news now. So the biggest story by far this week, and it just came out today. Like it dropped, and my Facebook feed
It dropped
was
like
full
5
of black
minutes
and white
after
photos.
we posted our topic.
Yes,
Like 5 minutes
literally.
after we posted, it was like boom, and we were like, oh,
Yes.
shiza.
My wife said I have a huge pack of crayons I refuse to open because the anxiety of thinking about them being used. Yeah, that's
No, I-
her in a nutshell. She loves them so much she doesn't want them to get dull on the tip, so she never used it.
I'm
Giant
that
pack.
way
There's a
with
sharpener in the
clothes,
back,
though.
Belinda.
I
There
do
is,
that
Trey.
with
Rail
clothes.
sharpeners do not work.
I will buy like new clothes and I'll put it on and I'll go, I can't wear this. I gotta save it for a special occasion because I don't want it to stretch out or get dirty. And like Alec
Nice.
just looks at me like, you are insane. And I'm like, I know.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. So, speaking of old, the Snyder Cut. We'll transition that way. The Snyder Cut is coming to HBO Max. That's right, Trey. that ugly ass CG mustache is probably not going to be in Snyder's version, I assume, because that was a reshoot done by Joss Whedon.
It's actually going to be a longer version of that awful scene.
Really. The scene was actually
He actually
30
touches
minutes
his
long.
face more in the scene. He's like, "Let me tell you, what's my favorite thing about Earth?"
Oh man, man, this film has been so hyped, and the first one sucked. Batman v Superman, in my opinion, was garbage, and Justice
Agreed.
League was a trash can fire. It was the worst, one of the worst superhero movies. Only one that I think was worse was Fantastic Four. Why are we excited about this?
Which Fantastic Four?
Meaty Boys says
second
3
one.
extra hours of shitty mustache CGI. Yeah, so 3 extra
Yay.
hours. That's what we're gonna get.
That's not even going to be bonus features. That's just going to be it.
Like,
Want to
are
see
we
the
getting-
actual movie?
No, I
then you gotta
know.
buy the DVD with the extra pack that has like all
Exactly.
the behind the scenes footage.
Are we getting
Yeah.
Darkseid?
With a
In
mustache?
Snyder's cut, we're supposed to get.
Yeah.
What Snyder said is only 25% of his movie was shown in the final cut. So he says he has 75% more movie to put into his movie. I'm with you,
That
Brittany.
sounds like a lot of backtracking to me, but okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
want 75% of the original garbage can fire. I want 100% of a movie that doesn't suck.
yes.
Right?
I agree,
Like, why
The
are
only
you
100%.
movies that DC did not destroy was Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Otherwise, they all fucking suck.
Agreed.
Listen, Jason-
Cyborg was cool too.
You can't
Cyborg was
destroy
dope.
They did way too much in Batman versus Superman. They were
much.
trying to do too many timelines and plots in one movie. If it was just the story of Batman versus Superman, would have been fine. Don't give me the
Batman v-
Flashpoint.
yeah.
Don't give me Darkseid.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting.
Don't
like-
and leave
Feels
Wonder
like
Woman out of
that's
it.
a good television show season, not a movie.
Yes.
I feel like they had a lot of really good ideas for execution in movies, but they had no plan on how they wanted to like release them or anything. They were just like, just fucking start throwing it at them.
It was
They were like,
very
Throw Wonder Woman in there too.
Let's make
Say that. I was literally about to say that, Julie. It was like the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones where it's like
Yes.
they set up all this stuff and then they're like, and then you're
They
like,
tried to pull a Marvel. They were like, let's make Bruce Wayne Tony Stark,
Yeah.
or AKA Nick Fury, and help
Yes.
get all the heroes together.
Yeah.
Can we not? Can
Pretty
we just
much.
not?
Yes. You're good
That
on
was
your
like-
own merit. You don't need to
That
copy
was
Marvel.
like my whole appeal of like DC versus Marvel was the fact that like, yeah, it's another superhero franchise, but it was different.
Yeah.
Like Batman wasn't out here trying to be Tony Stark, trying to be that sarcastic asshole leader. He's just doing his own thing.
Yeah. If anything, he was a
Living a dark,
reluctant
brooding
leader.
life.
Yeah.
DC is the poser of Marvel.
Yeah, they're not doing a good job of it. They did a better job with Shazam and the Aquaman standalone film.
oh yeah, Shazam was
like
very good. I loved Shazam.
I did love Shazam. That was.
I thought I was going to hate Aquaman, like straight up. I'm like, this is going to be
Same.
Green Lantern Part 2. Like, here we go.
Same.
And then I was like,
hesitant.
okay, Jason Momoa, well done. Good job, bro.
If it wasn't for Jason Momoa, though, I don't think that movie would have done as well.
Exactly.
No. They
He
played
gave
to
it
his
that
strengths.
Good
badass vibe.
casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played to
It
his
was, like,
strengths.
perfect.
He's writing
Perfect.
like sea creatures, and he made
has
it
the
cool
same
because he can make
powers as
anything
SpongeBob.
cool.
I mean, come on.
My favorite part about that whole movie is just the fact that it's Jason Momoa, and Jason Momoa is from where I'm from, and that makes me feel connected to it.
Oh.
Oh, nice. Where are you
That's
from?
so-
We're both from Iowa.
Oh.
Why did I not know he was from? I don't know. I didn't know
He
he.
moved to Hawaii after he married his wife, I think.
Yep.
So they moved there and started their life and their family in Hawaii, but he's originally from Idaho.
Oh, Iowa.
Question.
Iowa.
Random question that just popped in my head. Do you call caffeinated beverages pop or soda?
It depends on my mood, and it depends on what I'm talking about.
If you're around your family.
Pop.
Yes.
Oh, you're weirdos. Weirdos.
But
It's Coke.
it's
It's always
interesting,
though,
Coke.
because if I'm talking about like clear sodas or like light sodas like Mountain Dew, Sierra Mist, etc., those are soda. If I'm talking about Pepsi, Coke, Dr. Pepper, that's a pop. But if I go to the store, I won't say, hey, Alec, can you get like a case of pop? I'll say, hey, can you please get a case of soda? Can you please get a 6-pack of soda, a couple liters of soda? So it just kind of, it's weird. It kind of depends on the context of the sentence.
Yeah.
I think that's funny because there is like when you are someone who says pop and stuff instead of soda, there are distinctions where you distinguish the two. Like for me, I think of soda like the generic off-brand pops, like the cream soda is the one that's like HEB brand. Like that's what I think of.
Whoa, hey, thou shalt not speak evil on HEB.
Let me finish.
Billy Holler.
Yeah, you know what I mean though, like the cream sodas, the root beers, but it's all like the not actual branded names, right? Like that's what I think of when I think of soda, and then I think of pop, like your name brand stuff. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna start calling it soda pop.
That's the best of both words.
Yeah, just to clear the record, HEB is amazing, not off-brand. HEB is a brand.
I do like
I love HEB.
Their brand sodas.
On the record.
It's a grocery chain, by the way, Julie. It's a grocery chain in Texas that is the greatest thing ever to happen.
I have been to
Texas. That I never moved.
So I am familiar with it.
HEB.
Come to Texas, Julie. Next time we have a con, come to Texas.
Listen,
We're doing a TikTok hype house.
Yeah,
we're doing a hype house.
It's gonna happen.
I'm
we're gonna get like a 10 bedroom hype house for our next con in San Antonio.
I'm totally fine with it.
It's so cheap here. It's so cheap to get a huge Airbnb.
Yeah,
there's an Airbnb
massive.
in my neighborhood.
Heck yeah. See, like
Here we go.
There's some like huge houses that have like 10 bedrooms in them, and they're like mansions, and it's like, oh, it's like $250 a night.
It's my summer home.
Yeah. Yeah. So for a weekend with everybody is like $50. Everybody pitch in, and we got a weekend in a mansion and a con.
I'm down. I'm so down. I have a free flight voucher from Southwest because my last flight was such a freaking train wreck, or plane wreck, I guess.
Yeah.
They were just like, hey, listen, that one sucked. Here's some free flight vouchers. So I was like, okay, cool. I have nowhere to go. So thanks.
Well,
you do.
If you choose to come to Texas, save it for Celebrity Fan Fest. That'll be the best one you could do here in San Antonio.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Huge.
Celebrity Fan Fest.
Huge.
It'll be next year. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Damn you, Rona!
Yeah, I'm really upset.
Have you watched The Boys? They had a lot of the cast of The Boys going to be there, and they like Star Trek and just huge names.
Rebels.
There.
Yeah.
Zachary Levi.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, no, like a ton of people were there.
Yeah.
Celebrity Fan Fest is truly like one of the best cons to go to if you're trying to meet a ton of celebrities
without breaking your wallet.
Zachary Levi.
They're all about the experience. They love the cosplayers.
Yeah, they are. They're really nice people. The owner is just the most amazing. Yes, Brittany, hide your face. You have enough? You good? You're good.
Yep.
Brittany has a horror. Brittany has a horror story that we've told like 10 times. Yeah, I know. We're not gonna repeat it. We'll tell it after we go off air. Okay. We'll tell Julie the horror story.
Not like repeatedly embarrass.
We are gonna repeat it over and over. Let's go. Wes, I agree.
If you
Wes says
tell
we need
your
a castle.
story, I'll tell you my embarrassing story with celebrities. So
that'll be our secret topic.
Secret topic.
Pretty bad.
Yes. So Wes
right.
said T Savage almost had to pull out his pistol. I guess Trey was getting heated there, but he says we need a castle,
Talking about
not
HEB.
Not an Airbnb.
Right.
Yeah, he was getting. Yeah, don't talk about HEB. That's what it was. But he says we need a castle, guys. We need to rent a castle, and that would be a badass mansion to stay in.
Listen, if we get a castle,
West, but, you know,
I will just walk around in my Queen Anna cosplay the entire time.
And then I'll walk around in my Elsa cosplay the entire time.
Please?
Yeah.
I've never wanted anything so much as I want this
Viking
right now, except for
cosplay.
when I wanted to marry
I'm
Alex.
sacking the castle
so much because I have an Elsa and I'm.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Japanese
I'm sure we could con somebody into dressing up like Kristoff.
Looks very castle-ish.
Okay.
You know what
Just
I mean?
make Michael. Just make Michael the Kristoff.
couple of hours at the Japanese tea garden because they have that whole like archway that looks very castle-y, and then you have like the waterfalls.
You want to hear a funny fact? I did a photo shoot there with my friend as Elsa and Anna.
You're so
I
cheesy.
heard that.
Yeah.
Kiki, let's do a photo shoot.
Yes! Come kick their ass!
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I'm so excited.
So,
oh my gosh,
next
I'm so
story.
excited. Sorry, I'm very happy right now.
Yeah, we could tell, girl. You happy. Now, here's a sad story, though, in order to balance you out, I guess. Batwoman
Gonna bring you back down.
leaves. Batwoman, that's right. Ruby
Oh, this is a
Rose.
sad story?
Yeah, Ruby Rose. Oh, no, you did not. Ruby Rose is amazing as Batwoman.
Anybody that bailed out after one season, goodbye.
I'm sure she has reason. She has to have reason.
You can't.
I heard a lot of the common complaint was that she didn't have a lot of emotion in her acting, and I'm sitting here like, okay, do you know like the Batman and Batwoman comics like at all?
That's what I'm saying. If the same thing was said about Captain Marvel, is that she had no expression. She was cool as fuck. She was a female Tony Stark. She was cool as fuck. Like that's if it was a man doing that exact same role, we would have. We would have said. We would have said he was the coolest ever.
For too non-crazy is just too non-emotional. Like, okay, first of all, you want women to be like chill, and then when we are chill, we're not emotional enough. Like,
yeah. No,
it very much seems like a trap. Yeah, if it's too much emotion. If you're cool and chill and collected, well, you have no emotion.
Well,
Are there any reasons why she was leaving? Like, have they announced anything officially?
No, they haven't.
Not
that I've seen. I mean, unless something.
It could be creative differences. A lot of the time, like as much as you try to stay professional and want to work with everyone on the crew, sometimes the director and the showrunners and the producers and the actors, they butt heads.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm doing the character this way. It's like, well, we want the character more this way. It's like, no, I'm going to do the character this way.
Yeah, we have no.
I really
no
respect
official
actors and actresses that can like stand up for that element of the creative process, though, because I have a hard enough time doing that in real life. Like when someone hurts my feelings or pisses me off, I have a really hard time being like, but wait a minute, I don't agree with that because you hurt my feelings and I didn't do shit to you or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine doing that in a professional setting. Like,
Well, and it's hard in the position where she's in doing film versus doing like on stage. You can kind of change that, and then when it comes time for like the live production of it, you can do what you really want to do. But when it comes to film, you are literally there, and they will continue filming until like they get what they want out of you. And so it could, like Trey said, it could be creative differences. I'm really sad because I do like her as an actress. I think she's really great. And I was very excited to see her as Batwoman, but I'm just gonna cry.
I think this is why DC keeps failing as a franchise, because you keep hiring people who don't want to be the role. You aren't committed to keeping those people in the role. So both sides, whether it's her not wanting to do it because of creative differences or they want to find somebody else, you have to commit to who you choose, because let's just be real. How many times has Spider-Man been changed and we're like, like every single time? Like you can't just keep
jarring.
To speak on that. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go for it.
But you did.
I totally agree with you, but like I feel like the bigger choice is who are you choosing as the filmmaker, as the person who's running it. I mean, just like with Snyder, he obviously had this other vision, and they're not committing to the people that they choose to do the vision. That's why Shazam was so good. That's why Aquaman was so good. That's why Wonder Woman was good, because those directors had the creative control.
Yeah.
It's like, DC, give the power to your freaking filmmakers. If not, it's going to be crap. It's like you're literally telling an artist, I like the Mona Lisa, but can you have her show teeth?
Yes.
But no, that's not how I pictured that picture. No, no, I want to see some teeth.
Yeah. No, that is nail on the head. And Josh Hits on Facebook says that Julie, you're such a Wonder Woman, though. He thinks, yeah.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah, Josh says you're such a Wonder Woman. So I just wanted to make sure I read that to you.
Do you do a Wonder Woman cosplay?
I'm working on one.
Are you like?
What's her mom's name? Because I think
how far along
Polita?
are you?
Yes.
I have the wig. I have the headdress. I've kind of made the like headpiece myself. I have a sewing machine and I have been sewing since I was in like third grade, I think. Thanks 4-H. And I prefer to make them myself when I can. Obviously, some of the more complicated ones, like spider suit or a Shigo. I tried making Shigo myself, but the material is not stretchy enough, so I have accomplished it, but it's not movable, which annoying. But I prefer to make them myself. So
yeah,
I would say I'm about 35% done with Wonder Woman.
Nice. That's pretty badass. I can't wait to see that one. All of your cosplays, like Gigi said, are phenomenal. So that's super cool.
Well, thank you.
I remember Robin Wright's character from that movie. She was the amazing general in the first one. I think you would do that cosplay.
Yeah. So from the bad news of...
Now I really want to.
But
See,
transitioning
if she
from
did
the...
general, I could get Gigi to wear my Hippolyta. And
That's what I'm saying. Let's make it happen.
Okay, Texas Hype House, Wonder Woman photo shoot. Done. I'm in.
Just saying. There's so many photo shoots planned for the Texas Hype House. It's
and
ridiculous.
we could go to the horse and carriage people that do the horse and carriages and get the horses out.
There we
That
go.
would be dope. There you go.
I used to ride horses. I bet I can pull some strings with some of my horse friends if that doesn't work.
Yes, if you could pull strings. But remember, it is quite difficult to get on a horse in one of those costumes. Speaking from experience, okay? So you need like a step ladder or something. You can't
give
just
me
really
a fence or a tree and
Give
I'll
me a
make it
crane.
work.
Just bring me down.
Me and Trey will just throw y'all up there. That's it. We just throw you up there.
Just give me a knee up.
Nah, I'll
last
throw
time
you
when I did-
straight up. Throw you.
When I did my Hippolyta one and I wore a costume and I got on a horse, like literally I almost went straight up and over the first time, and then the second time I couldn't get enough bounce up. So literally the person I'm with had both my butt cheeks like in her hand, trying to like throw me over this horse, and the horse had like a rash or whatever under its arm, so it couldn't even have a saddle on it. So I'm barebacking this thing. And I'm just like, I just grab it by the mane, like I don't want to hurt the poor thing. Like,
Yeah.
here I am, like,
I don't want to hurt the poor thing. He's such a sweetheart.
That's like the biggest lesson I've learned in cosplay is that you have to have no boundaries physically and you just have to be cool with it. And like, there's just like that mutual understanding of like, none of this is sexual. I just need your help. Like,
I just need you to unzip me. That's it.
Look like.
Gigi, like in Just Add Children, when we were so hot, we're like, we're getting in the freezer.
Oh, I literally
Yes.
put that freezer off, and I was just like,
Yeah, we were at a place that I owned, and yeah, they were so overheated. They opened up the fridge. Yeah,
a deep freezer. We got inside of a deep freezer.
I've done that.
We're like half our costumes off, like,
I'm gonna go find the photo. We can continue.
I almost walked in. Yeah,
You still have
I almost walked in on something I shouldn't have. It was hilarious. It was so funny. They were in a freezer.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah,
that was so
like,
funny.
Naked in that cooler because I was just like, I'm about to die of a heat stroke.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So, leaving on Batwoman, we come to the coolest quarantine teaser for a TV show I've seen. Umbrella Academy. Sure. Yeah. Well, the cool thing is I figured out now how to like stream previews, but Facebook does flag me when I stream previews because on our gaming podcast I was able to stream some gameplay and trailers, but we got flagged because there was a music from Sony in one of the trailers.
Sony Entertainment did not like that.
Yeah, Sony was like, no. Yeah, so they muted that section. They have gone
after some of my Spider-Man audios if I like repost them to Instagram because I'll post like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man stuff and they're like, nah, take it down. I'm gonna delete it right now. And I'm like, oh, come on.
Well, the way the internet copyrights work are, because I have done research on this, the way that they work are if you use more than 30 seconds of an audio that is owned, they will flag you. If it is under 30 seconds, usually they won't. However, if it hits over that 30, they'll flag you immediately and they have full right to do so. It's like 30 seconds, that's all you get.
Yep.
Damn. Well.
Stupid,
right.
but it's...
Yeah, it's stupid. Well, it's stupid because ours was fair use. Because we were literally reviewing the trailer and discussing it. So the fact that their music was in there is inconsequential, but whatever. I appealed it.
Did you tag the whatever you were reviewing though? Like that's usually what the companies want is they want you to tag whatever. So if you're reviewing a game, they want you to tag the game page of your review.
I'll do that next time.
Stupid.
Maybe give that a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, try that.
It might work. It might work. But yeah, I think we're alone now. Umbrella Academy, the cast alone in their homes, and they still somehow fit their persona of their character in street clothes. Like, it was cool. Like, Faust, I think his name is. Faust is, he's lying on the table shirtless with a wooden spoon in his mouth. And that's just so his character. Yes. Oh, that's you in a freezer. Yeah. You can't, you're gone.
Put your hand up and then put it.
You gotta put your hand up.
I do that for whatever.
I saw it.
Yeah, you gotta take the background off. We saw you in a freezer.
Oh no.
Now you're fun. It's not going well.
Oh my god.
No.
Can you just like hold it in front of yourself? It won't work that way.
Yeah, that's her in a freezer.
That was a moment. That's a mood.
That's a whole.
That's a mood. Yeah, it's like, every day this week in South Texas. That's
the
what
moment
it is.
me and Gigi became real close.
Literally, it says what it's like to cosplay in Texas.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like, I didn't even know that photo was being taken, which was the best part of it. Because I'm just like, oh god.
Some of the best photos have been taken of me when I was not paying attention.
I love candid photos. I think they're far superior to like posing and looking at. Candids are just so you capture people and who they are. Yeah, I love candids. But this show, I'm stupid hyped for. Like Umbrella Academy this summer. I'm so glad we don't have any delay for it. Production's done. We're not gonna get like a Rona stoppage. This is coming to Netflix, and I'm
they've had like
stupid
2 fucking years.
Yeah. You know what? It's been 1 year, Britt. It takes a while to make a show.
Year.
It has been a long year.
Anything that comes out within 2 years from its original source material, I'm like, wow, that was fast, because how many freaking years did we wait for the Game of Thrones season garbage?
Oh, man. If I knew you were going to give us that, you could have just...
to polish this turd.
Why'd you take the extra time, bro? Why, Game of Thrones? You didn't need it.
You gotta rush it.
You didn't need it. You should have rushed it. I think the time crunch made you good. And when you lost it, you fell apart.
I felt like that whole season should have been 2 seasons. That's the tea.
Yeah.
So it came out in February of 2019. So if we make it a little over a year, so I'm not too far-fetched.
But that's super fast. That's super fast.
If we're rounding up in 2 years.
Fast enough.
That's about the same time. 15 months, just like Stranger Things. It takes a while.
It should have already been out in February.
After that,
past our due point.
No.
The crazy cliffhanger. It's like, give me my show.
They have a lot of CGI, and I'd rather them take their time to give me something good than
I want a finished product.
Freaking stinking.
Give me more Tiger King, and then give me Umbrella. I got copyright struck by Carol Baskin.
Wow.
How? What?
So I have a Teespring store to like sell shirts, because a lot of my followers have requested that I put some of my funnier sayings on shirts for them to buy. So I've done so, and I wouldn't say I've been successful at it. I've had like 5 or 10 people every month or so buy a few shirts, which is awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mostly just do it for fun. But I made a shirt that said, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens," and she copyright struck it because she copyrighted that phrase.
Of course.
And I was like, of course she did. So like, originally I was enraged, and then like after I thought about it, I just was laughing so hard I thought I was gonna pee my pants. I was like, yeah, of course she did.
That's a TikTok story time. Did you do a story time about it?
I haven't yet.
Do it. You can. It's there.
Oh,
it's a story. You're not like, I would totally do it. That would be a great TikTok story time. So, guys, story time.
Story time.
But you got to do it in cosplay.
Cool cats, kittens, story time.
Yes.
Wearing
awesome.
the shirt.
Yeah. So Umbrella Academy this summer. I'm stupid hyped. I'm ready for it.
If you're not stupid hyped, you're wrong.
Yeah, it's just the wrong emotion. Mandalorian shortly after that. Like, I'm fucking pumped. I'm happy.
Now that
Hey, Mando.
Please.
Yeah.
Where you
It's
see that
so
Boba
much
Fett.
cool shit. Yes, Boba Fett's
Got
back.
Ahsoka coming in. They now have Timothy Oliphant signed up to do this crap. Like,
Say it, Trey. Say it. Say it, Trey. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Timothy Oliphant. This is want to be Bill Paxton. I said it. Rest in peace, Bill. Rest in peace.
listen, I don't disagree with you.
Oh, we have agreement. What? Hey,
I
Bill
still
Paxton
like
would
him
be
a
cool
lot,
as fuck.
but I don't disagree with you. I like him because of the Santa Clarita Diet.
I love the Santa Clarita Diet.
Like, he's
Santa
been
Clarita's
justified.
So good.
Yeah.
That's the zombie show that I was expecting when I started watching iZombie.
I love iZombie too.
I also love that one too.
iZombie made me like become obsessed with sriracha, like putting sriracha. Like I'm just cooking brains, guys.
Pitch Perfect
That's-
2 is what made me be obsessed with siracha. There's like a
don't
scene they're like
sriracha.
in the office building, and I think it's Key and Peele, and I think Peele is like,
Oh.
did anyone use my sriracha? And Key like jumps in and is like, if you say one more damn hipster thing.
I love that show. That was a good one too. But yeah,
That is
so
my favorite movie.
Mandalorian 2 is going to be sick. Can't wait for all that.
Here's what kind of
But
character
that-
Timothy will be playing, though.
What? You're curious? He's playing
I'm curious what wannabe Bill Paxton is going to be playing.
Boba Fett.
No, the original, the guy who played Django is going to be playing Boba.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not the headline I saw today. Are you sure? Let me just check.
I checked. He is putting on the Mando armor again.
Well, that's fucking badass. I guess.
See, I could see Timothy playing like another bounty hunter, or maybe like some kind of Imperial officer, maybe.
Oh yeah, it says that Timothy Oliphant is going to be playing Cobb Vanth.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right. I'm on board with that. I'm excited as fuck for that show. I want to see how they're going to tie all that together. Like, because we know
Can we be
Ahsoka's
honest?
coming in. Yeah.
Exactly. Ahsoka's the only one I care about right now. Baby Yoda and Ahsoka.
That's
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 it.
what I live for.
That's all you
Cannot
need.
wait for Ahsoka.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
Baby Yoda and
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. But yeah, that's speaking of all you need, that's it for the podcast. That's your daily dose or weekly dose? Your weekly dose
Weekly.
of con culture podcast, guys. That is going to be it for the live stream, but we are going to tell those embarrassing stories as the secret topics. So you got to go listen to the audio version. That'll be up later this week, conculturepodcast.com. You can listen to the secret topic and find out Julie's embarrassing celebrity story. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're out this bitch. Peace.